Oh, no, wrong button. There we go. Oh. All right, BobbethTV is live. You know what that means. We've got another episode of racing coming your way. It's the 420 Oz Sim Racing League, the GT3 Challenge. We're over in England today, the city of Little Budworth. If you recognise that track, this is the international layout of the Oulton Park circuit. And we are good to go. Currently in qualifying about the halfway mark. And I'll bring the racing info up on the screen. I just noticed we got our first ever, first one for the night, first bot over at Kick. Kick wins over Twitch. I don't know if I've really enjoyed Kick. I don't think it's really added anything. So I don't know if I'm going to keep that around, but we'll see how we go. Anyway, let's jump down to the track. Let's have a look at what the boys are doing out there. And we'll also have a look at, we'll have a chat about the track itself. Qualifying mode. Hugo Sutherland, 1:33.696. Luke Fallon, uncharacteristically back there in second, quickest with a 1:34.459, 1:36.460 for Jeff Price. Vito Gripper and Dina Wright in the fourth and fifth spots. Darren Justice, Flynn Porter's qualified. Wade George, Jason Hutchins, Cliff Potter, Cole Douglas, Juha Cirilla, Ash Rogers. Shrubgod has just resubscribed 10 months. Thank you so much, Shrubs. Oh, I didn't bring my tablet out. That's got all my bloody streamer buttons ready to go on it. Although I don't think I did set up the shout out one yet. So I should have just manually typed that instead of getting up and walking in the dark to my room to find where there it is. Put my tablet. I'll just grab it anyway, so it's ready. All right. About 16, I think, 16 drivers have registered for today's race. Let me just get my tablet all sorted. Or as it's basically been utilised lately, my comic book reader. I'm so glad to have it. Let's find some qualifying cameras. Still about 4 minutes to go, so as I just get my little buttons, actually, just as I get my little buttons set up, but what I'll do first. Yeah, it is an interesting track. It's a little bit different than I remember. It's obviously Oulton Park has been in a lot of different race games. I think the chicanes on the backstretch, you've seen the track about the 82 right now, it's just coming through them. I think that's an addition to slow it down a bit. All right, what was I doing? Oh, that's what I was doing. Definitely give Shrubs a follow if you wanted something to watch when I'm not around. He's pretty damn entertaining. Last playing at Rematch. That also plays a few other games. What's I need to do? That's what I was doing. I was trying to find my iRacing profile on my Stream Deck. Oh, some other cameras in if I wanted to. Running out of time, Bob. We've got about 2 minutes left in qualifying before we get to our hour-long race here tonight at Oulton Park. So let's just get to the informational. Okay. So, like I mentioned, we're in Little Budworth, England, for this particular race here at the International Configuration of Oulton Park Circuit. It is 4.3 kilometres long with a clockwise layout featuring about 17 turns. We'll quickly count them. 17 turns, depending on which sections like Hislop's or Britain's chicane are active. So there you go. Maybe the chicane is something that has been added. Now, the circuit characteristics, it does raise the stakes with dramatic elevation changes. There's crests and blinds. Turns like Old Hall Corner and Cascades demand precision and commitment. Now, camber and high-speed transitions play a key role in corner grip and speed, particularly through Cascades, Isle Bend, and Shell Oils Corner. Now, blind crests like Druids penalise incorrect line choice and anticipate lift over tight exits. So that means, making sure that you get off the gas if your car's pushing out wide on those tighter turns. Hell Reaper, Hell Reaper, Hell Reaper. That was such a bad mispronunciation of the word. Hell Reaper in the chat. How good is it starting from the back? When I saw you in practice, buddy, you look like you're about 7th quickest overall. But I'm assuming you've got some sort of penalty or something that's happened there. Maybe. No, just 139.557. Jason Hutchins, fast, a little bit faster than him. Wade Georgeson, Brock Clark, Wayne Rogers, Cliff Potter also there. Now, some key braking points and named corners. So the first one is Old Hall Corner. It's a tricky downhill right-hander, which requires careful turn-in. Then you've got the second turn, which is Cascades. It's a downhill left with camber. Stay tight on that one to reap the grip rewards. Now the Island Bend and Shell Oils is a quick left, and then a heavy braking into the right-hand hairpin. And then you've got Britain Chicane, which is a technical double chicane, beware of the aggressive curbs. Now you've also got Hislop Chicane, which is the second chicane before the long uphill approach to Knickerbrook. Then, of course, Knickerbrook itself to Clay Hill, high-speed left transitioning uphill through elevation. Then you've got Druids Corner, which is a blind crest exit. So choose your line carefully to avoid left off. That one's going to be fun to watch. Lodge Corner, bumpy braking, late apex and early throttle essential for a strong run onto the pit straight. Now tips for the drivers. So learn the elevation. Many corners are blind. So trust the reference markers. Stay tight into cambered sections for improved grip. And use curbs wisely in Britons and Hislops. Too much aggression can unsettle traction. Now, vehicle-dependent lines. Use a specific setup guide per class, depending on the GTK you're racing, and track time in time trial mode to build up confidence through challenging sections like Druids or Knickerbrook. I imagine the boys have put their practice in. Now, like we mentioned, the GT3 is going to handle this track. Really, it's going to be the braking and throttling. Who's going to be good under brakes? Who's going to be good throttling out of the accelerations, the curb management, the low speed rotation? Looks like we're about to cut over, though, to our race. So just those last minute tips for success here in the GT3s at Oulton Park. So qualify well. Overtaking is going to be hard and risky. So practice braking points are blind, especially as we say Druids and Knickerbrook. Avoid the grass. The off-track penalty here is time and often damage. So if you do go off track, you will slide into the fence and it's hard to get back onto the track. You can see there on our screens a lot of gap between the fence and the road. Now be smooth over crests. Don't upset weight balance mid-corner and use traction control wisely. Too much can cost you on exit. Too little can spin you in the lodges, in lodge or the cascades. There we go. I think we're switching over now. All right. So it looks like tonight with the hour race, the GT3s do have that mandatory stop. It won't be fuel related. The fuel will not be a concern here tonight. So pits will purely be strategic in terms of they have to stop at least once. And yeah, so let's see who will get that in and out of the way early. Those cars that suffer any sort of early damage might have a benefit of being able to come back late. But let's look at our grid. Hugo Sutherland and Jeff Price on that front row. Luke Fallon and Dean Wright on that second row. Vito Gripper and Juha Cirilla on that third row. Fourth row is going to be Cole Douglas and Milan Payrak. Darren Justice and Flynn Porter on that fifth row. Yep, that's right, Bob. Cliff Potter and Wayne Rogers on that sixth row. Seventh row is going to be Brock Clark and Wade Georgeson. And that last and final row, Jason Hutchins and Ash Rogers. Hour-long racing, Oulton Park, the 420 Oz Sim Racing's GT3 Challenge. It's about to start, boys and girls. Let's settle in for some good racing. All right, there we go. We're off and racing. The GT3 Challenge here at Oulton Park officially underway. We are so used to seeing that Pepsi car up in the front, but he's got a car door-to-door challenge right there. Jeff Price was the quickest in qualifying, but it looks like that might have just been lap-wise because Luke Fallon off to the races. He's got that car in the race lead pretty damn quickly. A couple of these cams set up real quick. Where was that one? Oh, okay, so it doesn't grab from my cameras, it grabs from the iRacing list. That's going to be interesting. Okay. We'll get to the normal cams in a moment. But, Hugo Sutherland falling back to third. Jeff Price up there in a second. Actually, is that the right order? I think actually it was Jeff Price and then Hugo. No, it was Hugo then at Jeff Price. Sorry about that. Ladies and gentlemen, Luke Fallon up 2 spots into the race. Lead Juha Thriller, Vito Gripper in that 4th and 5th slots. So as you can see there, no total lap count. This is a time-based division. So they race for 1 hour. Car that crosses the finish line after that 1 hour mark is our winner, Darren Justice, heading on in to the pits. I feel like he might have gotten a black flag. Yeah, he's got a black flag there. We can see that on the leaderboard. So not going to count as a mandatory pit stop, unfortunately, Darren. It is a black flag stop. Ash Rogers going for the hard charge award there. He's in that purple Ferrari just to the right of our screens. Brock Clark behind him, the VB of Milan Payrak as well. Milan in the McLaren, Ash and Brock in the Ferraris, but that Ferrari, Ash is sort of looking at starting a rear of field and already moved up 7 spots into 9th. Those cars there just conceding a position on the track, trying to work out who that might be. I think it was Juha Thriller actually. Milan getting past Brock, moving up into 9th. Brock back to 10th. He is now racing against the 8th place Ash Rogers there. Ash been putting a lot of work in. I don't know if that was a screen flicker or lightning in the background there. Kind of looked like lightning, to be honest. There's Hugo Sutherland there, currently in 2nd spot. Jeff Price behind him. Luke Fallon, our race leader, right there. So they come through that hairpin and through the first lot of chicanes. Over that crest. Downhill run into the 2nd set of S's here. BMW, Ferrari, McLaren is the top 3 at this stage. Luke Fallon, Hugo Sutherland, Vito Agrippa. Another Ferrari and a BMW just there behind him. So sort of a palindrome finishing order there in the top 5. BMW, Ferrari, McLaren, Ferrari, BMW. Then we've got a BMW, Mercedes, McLaren, a Ferrari, Audi, another Ferrari, a Lamborghini. Not sure what that next one is. For Wade Georgeson, but a Ford, an Acura, and a Ferrari. So a good range of cars out there on the track here tonight. Lap 4, lap 3 ends, lap 4 starts. We're almost 5 minutes into this 60-minute battle. So sixth of the way in. Still 55 minutes to come. A lot of racing still to go. Oh, it looks like Ash Rogers has come off track there. See if we can't get a better look at that. Oh, just got a little caught up and tyres kept that traction and just spat him off into the wall. See if he can bounce back from that. Sorry, I've been a bit under the weather, but it's just this weather down here in Tassie has been so damn cold lately. Been absolutely murder on my back and my hip. So sleep has not really been a good option lately. There's Brock Clark and Dean Wright battling it out. We jump back to, oh no, that's Dean Wright there. Back to Brock Clark and Cliff Potter. Oh, Cliff Potter pushing his way through the dark horse. Comes through and passes. Brock Clark pushes him back to 11th. Top five, there's a bit of grip. He was in 4th, but that man right there, Flynn Porter, trying to hold off Cole Douglas. Cole wants that top 5 spot. Flynn Porter currently has it. Not that far back though, 11th and 10th, battling it out. Cliff Potter and Brock Clark. Sketches 15 of Flynn Porter. That turn nicely, not really giving Cole Douglas any room, any options. Just a little overcast, sort of see a little bit of blue sky there, but a lot of grey clouds. Rain has become a thing in iRacing. Haven't yet experienced it via the broadcasting or even via racing, really. Haven't experienced it at all. Yeah, I can't wait till we do. It's just going to add a completely other dynamic. 46 Cole Douglas really staying on the 15 of Flynn Porter there. Lime Hayrack has made his way up into 7th. He's racing not that far behind them as he builds his run. Quite accustomed to sort of seeing this type of battle play out. We usually see generally 1st and 2nd breakaway. In this instance, it's been 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and then a bit of a battle between, say, 4th back to 8th. Now, it looks like we do have that battle from 5th to 7th at this stage. But there you can just see 8th and 9th back in the background there, and up the front, if we get a good front-facing cam, you will see guys like Vito Gripper not that far up there, just there ahead of the pack. see how that works. So I tried to set a button up and it wouldn't work on my Stream Deck, and I've just figured it out. Yep, seems to be still working. Let's have one last quick look at it. Yeah, it's not lit up, so it's not active. Why? Selected cams. Just doesn't want to cycle through them. Yeah, let's not worry about it. I've got what I need. Everything else I can do via the other program. Look out, Milan. Payrack still trying to make a move there. He's got past Cole Douglas. He's back to 7th. Flint Porter still there in 5th in the BMW. Oh, I thought maybe he was positioning himself for an inside run through here, but he's the expert, not me. Oh, no, I thought maybe I think it's just perspective. It's like he's just on the outside of the car, but not side by side. But the way they look coming through the turns, looks like he is dead side by side with that other car. See a bit of a battle back there behind them. That is Wayne Rogers and Dean Wright, Mercedes versus Audi. Might get another look at them in a moment. Nope, just changed screen. Just cuts off the track as we come around through the chicanes here. All right, guys, give me one moment while these guys keep the racing action going. I'm just going to go grab my bottle of water and won't be a second. All right, for those of you just tuning in a bit late, lap 9. We are 13 and a bit minutes into a 60-minute long race. This is the 420 Austin Racing League GT3 Challenge. GT3 cars of various makes and models racing here at Oulton Park Circuit. We're in the international layout, so the toughest and longest version of this track for 60 minutes of racing. That man right there, Luke Fallon, is our race leader. There's Hugo Sutherland just behind him, though. Up there ahead, that looks like the 6.96 of Juha Sarila. He's almost a lap, or will be a lap down if Luke can get past him. Using all of the excess track as possible there. Sorry, just mentioned the hip back earlier. Just take a quick pain pill. starting to get a bit too much. Oh, it's horrible. Getting old sucks. Oh, sorry. Pain twinges. Ow. It's a tough job being me. All right, looks like Hugo Sutherland has moved his way back into the race. A lead, Luke Fallon in second. Now Vito Gripper up to third. Milan Payrack and Flynn Porter fourth and fifth. Colt Douglas, Dean Wright, Wayne Rogers, Cliff Potter and Brock Clark. The 6 to 10, the 11 to 16. We've got Wade Georgeson, that man that's just on our screens. So Jason Hutchins, Ash Rogers, Jeff Price, Juha Cirilla and Darren Justice. Let's go back and watch Hugo taking the race lead here. Oh, there we go. Luke Fallon off track. We'll go back one extra spot and watch that play out. There he is there. Oh, it just did not stick with the turns. Collected it well. Got it back on track as quickly as possible. But obviously, yeah, dropped him back to second place. Half an hour into the broadcast, quarter of the way into the race. Who have you got, folks? As always, if you've got someone here to watch, let me know. We will get them on the screens. Are you here to see Wade Georgeson, the 707? There he is there. Jason Hutchins, the 91, just behind him. A few guys up ahead. Brock Clark, Cliff Potter. He goes, I believe that was Colt Douglas. Come back the other way, the blue car. '07 Adidas Beast. Gee, what? I still don't know what car logo that is. I don't know what it is. Used to be a way to check it, but I can't remember how to do it now. Ash Rogers there. Looks like Jeff Price just ahead of him in the 62 McLaren. It is. It's Ferrari versus Ferrari though. Vito Gripper and oh, it's not this. Oh yeah, it is Ferrari versus Ferrari. I thought I was like confused for a second. I looked at the leaderboard. Milan Payrack is behind Vito Gripper, but they do have lap traffic there. I'm just trying to ascertain who it is. Hard to tell. I think it's the 171 of Darren Justice, actually. It is. Yep, there we go. Bang. That's him right there. Wise, Darren Justice currently in 16th. Juha Cirilla, 15th. Colt Douglas in 14th. Ash Rogers, 13th. Jeff Price, 12th. 11th is Jason Hutchins. Wade Georgeson in 10th as we come up on the end of the first third of this race. Brock Clark in 9th. Cliff Potter, 8th. 7th, Wayne Rogers. Luke Fallon is taking that pit stop, so he's going to fall a few spots. Dean right up in 5th. Flynn Porter, 4th. Milan Payrack, that man on our screens in the VB. McLaren, he is in 3rd, and then we have 2 Ferraris in the top 2 spots, Vito Gripper and Hugo Sutherland. Oh, 707, just a little bit more off track than you'd want to go, but the Caterpillar of the Caterpillar 91, Jason Hutchins, not able to take advantage of it. There's Luke Fallon back there in 8th spot. Let's have a look and see if anyone else has into the pits. Okay, so realistically, just Kyle Douglas, Jeff Price, and Luke Fallon, US Thriller, and Darren Justice technically do have pit visits, but I wouldn't consider them part of the mandatory stops. Some of these guys might want to consider getting that pit out of the way soon. Luke Fallon's not going to rest on his laurels in that charge back to the front. Let's lock it in now. Currently 8th position. Officially 5 spots down from his starting spot of 3rd. But has had his mandatory stop. Vito Gripper there, Milan Payrac. Sorry, Milan, I just don't know why I went all fancy with that. Ferrari versus McLaren. Hark back to my childhood. It was pretty much McLaren, Ferrari, and Lamborghini. Loved all 3 of them. Hard to pick a favourite, but I will. It's the Ferrari. Side by side into the turns they come. Milan is going to take the positional advantage. They move himself up into 2nd. Vito's back to 3rd. Wonder if that is a Dean right in the background or if that is a lap of traffic. Let's try and see. It's 171 of Darren Justice. Ben Karma, thank you for your wonderful advertising. I will jump on straight on over. No, I won't. It's been deleted already. Griff the Merciless. Let's give Griff the Merciless a big shout out because he's our super mod. None of that shit gets past him. Wait a second, it's Tuesday night, shouldn't you be streaming, Mr. Griff the Merciless, sir? I appreciate you working in my mod capacity as well. But check him out, he plays Ark and a lot of other stuff. Might do the occasional variety stream with myself. And in 30ish minutes, are you streaming rematch? When Shrubs and I finish this and we go do that? So I feel like that would be a good stream. I should use my 10,000 points and request rematch. I always remember. I might be a shit mate and not tune in all the time, but I do remember what my boys' schedules are. Mostly because I used to go, oh man, I'm going to bed early tonight, but I'm not going to want to play. Luke Fallon up into 7th, so hasn't really made that run to the top yet. Let's just check those pit laps, see if anyone else has gone in as of yet. No new pitting has happened, so until that occurs, Luke's really not going to be able to take advantage of that. Ivan Falcone in the chat, cheering on his teammate. Go, Vito, go. It's had a pretty good battle. The Ferrari and the McLaren has been awesome. Well, I was waiting for you boys last night and nothing, so yeah, rematch. That is the 13th of Wayne Rogers in 6th place. 7th, Luke Fallon there. leave the 82. Yeah, that is Cliff Potter closing that little gap down in 8th spot. I think Brock Clark not that far behind those guys either. And just up ahead of him, that is Flynn Porter. So the top 5 within grasp for some of these guys. Wayne Rogers, Luke Fallon, Cliff Potter, Brock Clark certainly not out of it yet. It's funny, Connor only wants to play games on Monday, Wednesday, Friday nights. You only want to play Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday afternoons. Yeah. So I got sucked into a 7-hour session of the Oldest. No, that's all right, man. That will do that to you. And a lot of that could be, I don't know how many times you've had to sort of regroup and pick up at an earlier save or even go back sometimes a little bit further. I had to do that a few times with the Elders. Just realizing that certain decisions weren't as achievable or other factors. Griff, you're sort of knowledgeable. Actually, even you, Shrubs, you could both probably be knowledgeable in this subject. But looking at the leaderboard there, the 15th car, Wade Georgeson. What car logo is that? Yeah, I had one of those last night. I still only slightly improved the. Yeah. You don't make it right. You just make it less shit. Who's your favourite? Mine was the. I really dug the Miner. I heard his story was quite cool. Could barely see with the pixelation, but Lambo. No, Lambo isn't Lambo the Cliff Potter one. Actually, let me just look up Lambo logo. Oh, okay. So no, Wade Georgeson's in the Lambo. Then what is the Cliff Potter one? Which is like the black and red crest with the corners black and red and the other corners bronze. Porsche. Oh yeah, of course. I'm a freaking idiot. You're a idiot, Bob. It's gonna be the Porsche. Yeah, it is. It's Porsche logo. Thank you. Just 2 minutes outside the halfway mark of this race. Not many people have pits so far. There will be one mandatory pit stop. It won't be a concerning one. There's no need to worry about fuel in this particular race. Just the mandatory stop. So, see a number of those cars have already had that. Luke Fallon's made his way up into the top 5. Surprised I got either one of those right. I'll show a screenshot of how they look to me. Oh yeah. Jeez, they don't look that bad on my screen. I guess. Maybe. You are fucking good. That's why I asked. That's exactly why I asked. Oh, It's 13 making his way into the pits. Wayne Rogers. AMG Mercedes. All right, can we get to the cars on the track? There we go. Thank you. You see there, Milan just flashing his lights a little bit. That's just to sort of say, hey man, I got the run here. Can I come on through? And I believe that is Juha Cirilla. The 696 it was that allowed him pass. So good use of the machine, good use of your car, and good signalling communication. I don't recognise Juha's logo or the upside down Nike swoosh of pay rack and price. The upside down Nike swoosh is a McLaren. And who was the other one? Is the Acura. 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 Yeah. Yeah. They must have broken a few H logos and bent them into the top. And like, oh shit, how are we going to use these? And, the Acura was born. Even though the Honda logo is not a H, Bob. Or is it? Is it a H with a circle around it? No, well, it kind of is, but it's square-ish H. Obviously, being the H is a squarish character. Dean Wright and Cliff Potter have stopped in to the pits. It's going to allow them to get a bit of a run on our current top 5. Hugo Sutherland, Moran, Payrack, Vito Gripper, Luke Fallon, and Brock Clark. Probably not Luke Fallon, just because Luke has already been in the pits. Motor oil, car lube. Yeah, 'cause you wouldn't want to get your lubes mixed up, would you? Ash Rogers there, right behind him, Flynn Porter. Excuse moi. So the 82 just up ahead of... No, it's the 91. It was Jason Hutchins. He's gone in to the pits. I saw that on the track map. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just a different section of the track. It looked like he was pulling off into the pits. Then I realised start-finish line's actually up in the north and northwest part of the track, so the pits will be pretty much where the 707 and the 37 are on the track map. Wade Georgeson and Dean Wright. See Brock Clark, the 10 car in the pits currently. Like to get out very quickly, try and retain that 5th spot. Let's see if the 37 and the 107 will actually go to the pits though. 37 has. So Jeff Price has retired. Just 15 cars remaining in this battle. Watching Cliff Potter there, the 82 machine right behind him is the 15 of Flynn Porter. Brock Clark just up ahead of them. Looks like only the top 5 currently on the lead lap. Everyone else 6th and back is a lap down. Still got their own personal battles, races going on, so not over for anyone by any means. Still 25 minutes of racing to come. Got another 18 or so laps. Looks like we might get around that 40 lap mark. We're at Oulton Park Circuit. Oulton Park. That's what I'd be doing here. Oulton parking it. Porsche though, Cliff Potter looking to make a move on Brock Clark. Seems poking his eyes out on either side of the car. Having a look, the 707 of Wade George, so he's gotten loose, come off the track. Let's have a look at that, see, just the ripple strip just caught him. The momentum carried him around. Looks like Wade Georgeson Oh, no. You're an idiot, Bob. Vito Gripper, Hugo Sutherland, Luke Fallon, our top three. Luke Fallon's got back to his starting position. He has been into the pits, I believe. Vito and Jason, unfortunately, the only two that have not. So Hugo Sutherland in a great position here to steal some points away from Luke Fallon, who has been absolutely dominating in past weeks. Where Georgeson has had another issue, jumped himself to the pits, got that meatball flag there, as it's affectionately known, the black flag with the orange circle. That means significant damage, you need to pit. There's Cliff Potter, we are used to seeing, as you can see in his driver details there, the Chev, the V8 Supercar, Gen 3 V8 Supercar, Stellar machine. You see that one Sunday nights. Brock Clark, ooh, trying to fend. Oh, what a camera angle that one is. Oh, Milan getting a little bit loose in fourth place over there. Looks like it was to a position, to a lap. Traffic car, so not going to lose the position. But Brock Clark also just prior to that having a bit of a battle. Oh, significant damage to the back of Milan Payrak's McLaren there as he heads on into the pits. Wayne Rogers and Brock Clark. That was the battle. Brock Clark not able to stop Wayne from getting a pass. We almost saw it, but it did cut up to the exciting racing. So let's just watch this one sort of play out as they came down over that hill. Looked like the Mercedes just a little bit more speed than the Ferrari into that turn. And Ferrari looked like he wasn't expecting it because it wasn't on the brakes until that very last second where it almost had a bit of nose to bum contact. Wayne Rogers is going to move himself up a spot though as they get past Milan Payrak, him and Brock Clark in the pits. So they're up to 8th and 9th now. Still waiting on Dean Wright and Vito Gripper. I hope they remember that there is one mandatory stop required here tonight. Looks like a couple of black flag visits in the pits. Wade Georgeson, Milan Payrak as well. He's fallen back to 12th. Cole Douglas going to move himself up to 11th. Looks like Ash Rogers potentially the next one to make a positional jump from 13th to 12th. Oh, there we go. Vito Gripper with a 6-second lead over Hugo Fallon visiting the pits. That gap dropping like it is nobody's business as Hugo and Luke take over the top two positions. Hugo in first, Luke second. Vito's going to drop back to third. It's got a bit of time though. Dean Wright still got 47 seconds behind him in fourth, so should get back out in third place without too many concerns. Two of Cliff Potter in the top five, has raced his way 6 spots from his starting position. Started way back in 11th, currently 5th. Does have Flynn Porter, the Sketcher 15 machine behind him. Is one of the few sort of on-track positional battles that is going on. There's one right behind them as well, Brock Clark and Wayne Rogers. Just up ahead of these two, though, you can see Dean Wright, I believe that is. Let's double check the track map. No, it's not. It's the 707 of Wade Georgeson back out on the track. He's moved himself up into 14th. Milan has fallen back to 15th. That black flag penalty in the pits really causing an issue there. Spit it out as we've got less than 20 minutes of racing to go. Lap 27. This is the 420 Aussim Racing League's GT3 Challenge. Tuesday nights, it's the GT3. Sunday nights Australian, it is the Gen 3 V8 Supercars. In between that, though, this week, Thursday morning Australian, we will have the KZ Promotions Nationals Hell Tour. Super late model dirt oval action. That's on Mud Mule TV, courtesy of BobbethTV, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. There's just 2 races to go before they decide the champion. Oh, Cliff looked like he went to accelerate fast through that turn, and the car that just didn't turn. Just stuck on the track and kept going. That reminds me, we haven't done a complimentary lead lap with our leader yet. The 14 he is coming up. It's him at the bottom of the track map. So we're going to get ready to jump up. I don't have a button for that. Oh, I've missed him already. Let's get up to the 14. Jump inside his car. We'll jump inside everyone's cars first, but up to the leader, thanks. There we go. Sutherland Racing's Hugo Sutherland here. We come up on the hairpin nice and quickly. Use that up ahead of him, the 13 car of Wayne Rogers, 8th place 13 car. Wayne Rogers is in our sights. Not a positional portion of the race, but definitely going to be the quicker of the 2 cars is Hugo Sutherland. What a quick run. Oh, that's what I don't have up on my screen that we could have up. Get the dashboard going so we can sort of see what speeds these guys are hitting. So hitting almost, what, 210, 215, 220 before he sort of starts coming back down through those gears. 100 Ks around the corner in second, and off he goes again. Lap 29 will be our current lap. About 15 minutes in this race, the final 6th of this battle. They're really making that Ferrari just sing. Definitely knows how to handle it. Not seem to be a slouchy at Oulton Park Circuit. Where are we? Currently on a lap at 46 minutes into this 60-minute long race, the 420 Austin Racing League's GT3 Challenge. Clark on our screens, he's up there in 7th. Wayne Rogers is in 8th behind him. Cliff Potter, old Ram Jam in the 82 machine just up ahead of him on our screens. It's not Wayne Rogers just back there behind Brock Clark. I believe that's Hugo Sutherland, actually. Wayne Rogers is back there. Brock's going to let him on by. Him being Hugo Sutherland. The 82 of Cliff Potter will be the next one. Willard Payrack still in the pits. Wade Georgeson also retired, so 16th, 15th and 14th have been locked in. Ash Rogers currently in 13th. Juha Cyril at 12th. Jason Hutchins in 11th. Cole Douglas 10th, 9th. Darren Justice in 8th. Wayne Rogers, Brock Clark in 7th. Ram Jam is in 6th. Flynn Porter in 5th. Dean Wright 4th. Vito Gripper, our 3rd place car. Luke Fallon currently in 2nd by about 6 and a bit seconds, almost 7 seconds. Hugo Sutherland, our current race leader here tonight. He's looking very good in practice. Seems to be a great driver. Would call this an underdog victory. Luke Fallon has to be the favourite when it comes to 420 Austin Racing League races. Has just been dominant throughout both the GT Challenge and the Gen 3 V8 Supercars. Not a lot of race left. We've had 49 minutes of GT3 Challenge battle action here. Oulton Park Circuit. Will be 10 minutes remain, the final 6th of this battle. Final 6th? No, yeah. I don't know why I doubted myself then. Jason Hutchins, the most recent victim of the track. Let's check this one out. He's in the white and purple 91 machine. And you just carried a little bit of speed on exit, spun out, managed to avoid any other car contacts. So that has just pushed him back down to 12th spot. Stretch limbs. It's going to make noises that I don't want you guys to hear. Things like cuss words and groans and stuff. Less than 10 minutes remain. It is 8.5, less than 8.5 actually, as we get to the dying stages. What's it, about 1:35 a lap? So look about maybe what, 5-6 laps remaining. If that, 4 laps. I don't know, my math's terrible. No, that 4 laps would be 6 minutes. So yeah, probably about 4 or 5 laps. 6 actually, because we do it. The finish will come after the hour mark. Don't you love those coughing fits that come from pain, not from throat issue? Body is so banged up. Can't wait for the summer. Well, not the summer, but to get out of the freaking winter. Heater even working? Let's turn that up. Let's get some heat going. Still watching it. Brock Clark and Cliff Potter battle for 7th and 6th here, just outside at the top 5. Just trying to see where they are on is the trick map. We're going to do that car is back behind him. I believe it's Luke Fallon actually. The second place, Luke Fallon. Where's the 14 then? Oh, he's ahead of this pack. We can see those guys up there in the right of the screen just briefly. That was Hugo Sutherland and our race leader, along with a number of other trailing cars. Guys managed to keep it pretty clean for about 4 laps here. The last off-track incident about 31, lap 31. Currently lap 35 with just about 5 minutes to go. Brock Clark, he is 6 spots up from his starting position. 5 for Cliff Potter. Wayne Rogers in 8, he's 4 spots up, and our top 5 driver Flynn Porter 5 spots up from his starting position of 10th. So this mid-pack really have played out the race well. Hasn't led to a win, but has kept him in that top 5. There's our second place driver. He's stuck behind Cliff Potter and Brock Clark. Got a bit of a lead lap traffic sandwich going on here. third place Vito Gripper, nowhere near Luke Fallon, so he's not really going to be held up, but he's 13.5 seconds behind leader Hugo Sutherland. So it's going to hold up any chance he's got of trying to drag that in the next 5 minutes. Lap 36, looking at time remaining. I reckon lap 38 will be our white flag lap. Just a handful, couple to go. Cliff Potter, shame he's a lap down, showing that he can hang with Luke Fallon and not really provide him with too many opportunities to get past. Not that he's blocking him, but does look quite impressive up ahead of him in the way that he's driving. Looks like he was going to make a move there, I thought, but thought better of it. Doesn't want to lose a second place finish to a late lap traffic car. See Luke Fallon get past the 82 of Cliff Potter. The next lap traffic target up ahead, that is our 13th place 312 Ferrari, Ash Rogers. There's Brad in the chat. Come on, Luke. He's currently in a second spot. Not going to have enough race left, unfortunately, to catch up to Hugo. Hugo has just came in tonight dominating. But has had a great run. Luke definitely can pat himself on the back. Fell pretty far back, I think about ninth when we locked in. And raced his way back up to the top 5 after a bit of a hold up. And then once he got into that top 3, has not looked back. Race his way down the hill, getting past Ash Rogers there. The battle with Cliff Potter and Brock Clark, 6th and 7th. Lap 39. Might actually be, sorry, lap 38 rather. Might actually be at the last lap. Let's jump up to the 14 as is customary at the time. And we'll watch him bring home this potential white flag lap. Less than a minute to go. He's got over half the track to still race. At 36. So basically what's going to happen here is I've called it correctly, and this is going to be the checkered flag finish, or he's going to get to the finish line just in time to trigger one more lap. I don't think he's got enough time. What, 30 seconds? Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think this is going to be our checkered flag finish here. Hugo Sutherland in the 14 Ferrari. Let's not jinx him with Bob. Comes through the last lot of turns. Here's the last 2 turns up through here. Right-hander, slight little correcting left-hander. Exit. And our checkered flag. Wave it, Barney, wave it. There, get those lights flashing. Hugo, congratulations, brother. you have taken out the GT Challenge here at Oulton Park Circuit. Here's our second place car. Luke Fallon coming through the paces, getting that checkered flag himself. And of course, our top three driver, Vito Gripper. He's a bit further back than some of those other guys. So still got a couple of turns to go. All right, with this race, getting it ready to wrap up. We'll get the results up on our screens very soon. If you do want to continue watching me play games, though, definitely I did a shout out for Griff the Merciless in the chat earlier. Go back and if hopefully that's still there. Let's have a look. Yeah, Griff the Merciless. Go give him a follow. We'll be live a little bit later tonight with the rematch. A bit of a soccer 3-on-3 soccer game we've been playing lately. So yeah, definitely go check out Griff the Merciless for that one. He'll be live a little bit later. Shout out Griff the Merciless. And my Shrubgod just does the work for me. It's I love technology. It's great. Thank you, Shrubgod. All right, the racing order for tonight's GT3 challenge here at Oulton Park Circuit. Jeff Price finished in 16th, Milan Payrack 15th, 420 Oz driver Wade Georgeson in 14th, Track Limit Racing Ash Rogers in 13th, Jason Hutchins 12th, also for 420 Oz, Juha Cirilla in 11th, Cole Douglas in 10th, Lurker Racing's Darren Justice in 9th, 420s Wayne Rogers in 8th, Brock Clark 7th, 420 driver Cliff Potter, Ram Jam himself in 6th. Our top 5 though, Flynn Porter in 5th. What does that say? Antipodine Racing, Dean Wright in 4th. Vito Gripper finished 3rd. Tickford Racing's Luke Fallon in 2nd. But Sutherland Racing's Hugo Sutherland is tonight's winner. Congratulations to Hugo. That wraps up the 420 Oz Sim Racing's night of broadcasting here. Remember, we'll be back again Sunday night for the V8 Supercars, but we are back Thursday morning for the KMKZ Promotions Nationals held to a super late model dirt oval racing as well. So still a bit of racing to come this racing week. Thanks everyone for coming out and watching. Shrubs for doing this bit. Love you, Shrubs. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Brad Wee for coming to check out Luke. Griff, of course. Mr. Valworm there. Yes, you are 100% correct. I was just testing them and just needed to make sure the audience was paying attention. Thank you. Thank you. Ivan Falcone was in the chat as well. Hell Reaper was on the track and in the chat. We had a couple of bots, so I feel special when the bots come out. Thank you. I don't know. I need to get one of those on-screen chat things like Griff uses, I think. I've got a multiple screens and somehow I still manage to miss the chat. I don't know. I don't know how I do it. Let's have a quick look at something. What do we got? You do win French salad. All right. Well, look, what we'll do is I feel like checking out a bit of WWE 2K while I get myself set up and ready to play some rematch with the boys. Our friend Twisted Clouds does a WWE 2K stream where she, if you sub, you can create some wrestlers, things like that. Oh, it looks like she might be having some issues with her setup at the moment. She's had to change some things around, and looks like she's having some difficulties. So we won't check in with her, so we'll just wrap it up there. Or what do we do? Who do we go to? Griff was live. That would be perfect. Then we just jump over to Griff and then continue on somehow, but unfortunately not. Um, do we jump over to Twisted and maybe just wait it out, see if she gets it sorted? Looks like she's been having some audio issues. No, we won't. Now we've jumped to 8. So all the viewers, it's just jumping in viewership. So we need to rate out. We need to go somewhere. What do we got? What do we got? Who's live? All right, what we'll do is we'll bounce on over to one of my other gaming worlds, 5M, Fat Duck Gaming, GTA Roleplay. We'll jump over and check a little bit of that out while we finish up. Thanks everyone for coming out. Appreciate you all. And we'll see you again next time live.